Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Squid Game Season 3, Episode 3. 2 was incredibly heavy. I have no idea where we are going to go here with that Episode 3, but Ji-han and company, they're in for it now.
Yeah, last episode was intense. So I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see where we pick up from there. And now we know that number 100 is the most hated man on that's left.
Yeah, look, 3x2 might have been the heaviest episode we've had throughout this entire Squid Games journey. Loved it, but it was heartbreaking. I can't imagine what we're going to get next.
Yeah, there was way heavier episodes in season 1, in my opinion. But I'll say it again. I'm sure we're going to get our heart broke in this episode, maybe. Either way, they're all dying. Let's go!
Uh-oh. Looks like my garage door opener just called it quits.
All right, this should be a quick and easy job. All we have to do is replace the motor. I'm thinking maybe an hour tops.
You want me using this ladder?
Hey, look, the other guys brought the fiberglass ones out to another job. This is all we had left at the shop. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Looks like Noah used this thing to build the ark.
Guy, it's gonna be just fine. It's a quick, easy job. We're not going up that high. Just don't worry about it. Look, I'm counting on you.
Counting on you. Counting on you. Counting on you. You know, he's always counting on me. Let's look at this thing. Oh no. Oh. Ah, my leg. My leg. Ah! Ah!
You're gonna need some help with that. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But this guy is worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But this guy doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. If you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can click the link in the description, www.forthepeople.com/medicine, to see if you have a case. This guy did. Now he's back in the game.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. Mom doesn't have her backup weapon anymore either.
Oh.
You think they'll penalize Mom for having a weapon on her?
Nah.
Thanos had his,
They've seen her use it before, shouldn't they have? If she's ever used it before and has cameras everywhere.
Oh. Ugh.
Okay, so is our guy with the oblique going to be able to cruise around here?
I don't know how fast he's going to be walking. Oh, interesting.
Oh!
Plan was to hide the whole time and get
Must not have. Mamma mia.
Damn, that was close.
Good thing I like to go hunting.
I owe you one.
Oh, no worries. That was a blast.
They changed the...
What is this like?
Oh, you two look like you had some fun. Bit of a scrape. How about you two?
Oh, we were just getting started. I heard there's more of them upstairs.
Yeah?
Is this?
Yeah.
They did this
Let's go.
before, where they had the regular English voices.
Yeah, but they changed the mouths to like the
Yeah. Yeah, they did that before, I think, with the VIPs. Oh, are they letting the VIPs play now instead of just watching? Is that what we're getting?
Maybe?
They said the MVPs were on their way at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Oh, this thinned out.
Wow.
Big time.
How could you vote to stay in after this? I'd be like, let's go. We're all going to get a lot of money.
Crazy how they clear out the beds like that.
Hey, remember when you were trying to take us out?
Yeah.
십자가 안에 그 약 든 거. 몰라. 진짜 모르는 거 맞.
Oh, boy.
모른다니까. 어디다 흘렸지?
Where did I lose it?
This guy.
Goodness.
제가 게임장에 뭐를 두고 왔어요.
You went right past the guy that had it.
Yep.
잠깐만. 가서 확인 좀 해.
안 됩니다. 돌아갈 수 없습니다.
Yeah, you think we're going to let you just go right back in there? Ah.
Oh.
저 그거 없으면은.
Was that sound design of him shaking it when he was running past it, or was it the gun?
Oh, I thought they were going to take him out.
All right, here's the new wrinkle.
All right, this wasn't in the handbook, guys.
Can they please at least assist player 222 here and the baby?
If this doesn't get everybody to vote to go home, what kind of ass wipes do we got in this game?
And what's crazy is he still can't show any vulnerability for the most part to like run up, because then that's kind of a sign for.
Oh, they got him cuffed back up to the bed now that he's back in there. Wow.
Well, and how does 222 feel about the baby's father after what he did?
Yeah, this guy's.
참아. 시간이 없어. 근데 왜 저를 도와주시는 거죠? 살고 싶으면 시키는 대로만 해.
Do as I say if you want to live.
Next, you'll say there's a chopper. Chopper.
Well, it's going to be that or a boat.
배가 고파서 그래. 할 수 있겠어?
She has a way better purpose. She has a way better purpose than her son would have.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to help guide her.
Yeah.
Oh, as much as she can.
Oh, yeah, until they die.
So positive over there.
They did not waste any time.
그럼 네 번째
All right, let's see what these numbers look like.
Look at 100 get up right away.
She was all about it.
35 more.
wow. 현재 남은 참가자는 25명입니다. 지금까지 적립된 총 상금은 431억.
43-1.
상금은 17억 2천.
Each person share 1.724 billion won.
게임의 속행 여부를 묻는 투표를
Is that like around 100 million
진행하겠습니다.
each? Oh, here's the VIPs.
They were in it.
Yeah, it was them.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
Baldy there.
I always enjoyed watching it from the outside. But it was a completely new experience, putting on the uniform and taking part. What can I even compare it to? It was like I was a Maasai tribesman stalking the African wilderness.
That mask.
I've done plenty of hunting in Africa, but this was on another level.
Hopefully Raven didn't find you.
I was the only one who didn't go. Chopper was late, man. I spent so much money on that piece of junk.
Trash.
You know something? When you don't open your mouth, you're kind of attractive.
Jesus.
Shall we raise a glass to the memory of the legendary Chairman O?
To Chairman O.
Chairman O.
Okay, so $1.276 million is what they would each get.
Okay.
말해.
Ah.
직접 내려가서 확인해.
Hey, you're going to find a surprise down there.
It's going to be a mess.
Oh,
Here's
their
our drone operator.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't see him last episode, but it was a half an hour game in the hour episode, so how much could they really show us?
그 친구가 여기 무진 토백이라고 박 선장이 데리고 왔잖아. 근데 고 선장에 대해서도 아는 사람이 없어. 무진 토백인 내 동생도 모른다 그러더라. 그 인간이 완전 유령처럼 생겼더라고.
He does.
Tells me everything I need to know.
가봐야 돼요. 다시 통화해요.
오케이. 나도 좀 더 알아볼 테니까 박 선장 계속 주시하고 있어.
Close eye.
Oh. It's time for the voting.
That's nice
Yep.
to
Seems
have.
like it.
Here comes the vote.
Watching the voting this year, so fun.
Oh, it was more exciting than the actual games.
1.7 billion won is over $1 million.
Well, good thing we had.
Most of them are thinking now, if more people die, how much more money can I get?
Yep.
16 are already wearing a circle patch. After that riot in the dark, people will be nervous about voting against the majority.
가장 낮은 번호부터 투표하겠습니다. 39번 투표해 주세요.
Well, is Frontman going to have his thumb on the scale a little bit?
Well, and they've been doing these games so long, so they already know a lot of psychology.
Well, this guy could.
속행을 원하시면 동그라미, 중단을 원하시면 X를 눌러주시면 됩니다.
But
could barely get through the last game.
Will the baby now rattle everybody? Because they.
Well, hands are covered with blood. He's all shaky.
$1 million just isn't enough.
96번, 100번.
Well, we know what
we
he's
know what
picking.
this guy's doing.
He might as well skipped up there like Thanos. Well, he might go through withdrawal.
Yeah, he
now.
might be fiending. He might want to get out of there. Yeah.
Whoa.
25번.
That's what
That
it
is
is.
not what I expected out of him.
He wants to get out. He needs drugs.
Well, I know that, but
Well, and there's only one. Even if there's only one left in that cross, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was down to 2, and then he had one of them. Yeah, he's gonna go through massive withdrawals now. He wants to take him out.
Yeah.
So he was able to take someone out last game, so now
he wants the chance.
But he was under the influence on the last one.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got one left
more.
in there. The red pill.
That's true.
I think it
Take
was
the last
red, right?
one.
Yeah.
163번,
Now the baby should get a vote too, I think.
192번,
1.275 million. Do a lot for you.
선생님, 이제 그만하면 안 되겠습니까? 이 노인네가 이렇게 부탁드리겠습니다. 선생님들.
Hey, remember, Ji-han got kind of.
You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, after taxes, it's only like 600,000.
부족하신 거면은
You think they're getting taxed?
Yeah, they're.
선생님들 제발 부탁드립니다. 제발 부탁드립니다.
192번 투표해 주세요.
선생님, 제발 애기랑 준이는 잡으세요.
No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
That's what the point is going to be of this
Yep.
here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Front man just keeps being proven right. That's all he's thinking.
Well, yeah, because had he not taken that group in, one or two people flip the other way and you have a pretty even vote,
신원 파악해.
Well, do you have the benefit
Oh,
of
look
hindsight,
at
Dave?
it. Switched clothing even
Yeah,
with the
old
doctor.
switcheroo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not going to work for the.
병정 7번입니다. 병정 25번입니다.
It's not going to work for the one on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll work on the one for the table, but it'll say it's a guard instead of a person.
Yep.
방 안에도 CCTV가 있어. 조심해.
This ain't working, guys. This plan was ill-conceived from the get-go.
Oh.
이제 마지막 투표자입니다. 456번 투표해 주세요.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he didn't vote last time.
Well, he's handcuffed. He can't get up and get there to vote.
456번은 기권하셨습니다. 유권자 수 총 25명 중 동그라미 16표, X 8표, 기권 1표. 여러분들의 민주적인 투표 결과에 따라 내일 다음 게임을 속행하겠습니다. 그럼 편안한 밤 되시기 바랍니다.
Pleasant night.
Well, at least he
voted to leave.
Voted to leave this time.
Yep. Thanks for taking out our protector.
This is the nut job that kills her own son just to save some baby and a woman she just met.
I think I understand her. After all, there's many times I've wanted to bury my son alive.
Wow.
All trash at this table.
누구 짓이야? 총격전이 벌어졌습니다. 16번 집 같습니다. 16번 장기 수술한 의사는
Because they didn't scan.
Yeah, they didn't scan it.
They didn't scan the body that's on. Oh, shit.
Guess what room they're going to?
Yeah.
병정들 복귀 상황 보고해. 5번, 7번, 11번. 그리고 25번이 미복귀 상태입니다. 16번은 복귀했습니다.
I just love the look on the face. Like there's nothing to look at, but you can still.
이제 간조야. 물살이 더 세지기 전에 그만 이동하자고.
No, he's trying to get him out of there.
왜요? 뭐가 보여요? 이 해변 전에 와봤던 것 같아요. 선장님, 배를 저쪽 해변에 최대한 가까이 대주세요.
여기는 암초가 많아가지고 위험해.
Oh, of course they do.
꼭 확인해 볼 게 있어요.
I mean, you can get a little closer at least.
They're pretty far out, guy. Oh, the research is terrible.
아무리 힘들어도 참고 먹어. 엄마가 살아야 애도 살아.
That's true.
물 마셔. 목매요.
죄송해요. 저 때문에.
절대로 그런 생각하면 안 돼. 지금부터 너는 이 아이만 생각해야 돼. 딴 생각 아무것도 하지 말고 너랑 이 아이만 생각해.
So is she gonna have to carry the baby through the game now?
Who knows? I mean, she unfortunately had to carry it through the last game.
Yeah.
Granted, they were at the very end, though.
Yeah, but still.
Now we're talking start to finish.
왜 네 목숨을 걸지?
목숨을 건 건 부대장님이십니다.
원하는 게 뭐요?
내일 저랑 16번을 외곽 경비조로 배치하십시오.
16분 그 이사는? 네가 그놈이랑 아는 사이였어?
그리고 보트를 한 대 준비해 주십시오.
그렇게 쉽게 여길 빠져나갈 순 없어.
Yeah.
너 알잖아.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look very funny. Oh, we got a boat now coming to the island.
VIP들이 왔다고 들었습니다. 우리가 조용히 사라지는 게 부대장님한테도 좋을 겁니다.
Keep up the show.
Oh.
Make the VIPs happy. We'll be out of your hair and you won't even notice.
No. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, got to shore.
It's like, those reefs weren't even that bad.
He's probably been...
Oh.
What the hell?
What is...
Oh,
okay.
It's like, wow, the captain revealed himself that quick.
준호야, 나랑 가자.
Yep, that was your brother.
And he still wants you gone.
내가 총에 맞았던 곳이 여기예요. 확실합니까?
예, 확실해요.
그놈들이 있는 섬, 여기서 멀지 않은 곳에 있습니다.
알겠습니다. 곧 어두워지니까 그만 배로 돌아와요. 내일 나리방대로 수색합시다.
It's always a delay.
이제 찾을 수 있습니다.
Oh, boy.
이렇게 된 게 다 자기 탓이라고 생각하시는 거예요.
She can talk some sense into him.
선생님, 준이랑 준이 아기 선생님이 좀 도와주세요.
Now he's got a new purpose. If he accepts it, new mission, new purpose.
저는 그런 사람이 아닙니다.
Oh, you could
help? What? Come on, dude.
아기를 좀 선생님이 좀 살려주세요. 부탁합니다.
How, though?
부탁합니다.
How?
Well, whatever the game is, I mean, we don't know what it's going to be, if they're going to pick sides, but if there's a possibility.
It always comes down to one person, though.
Yeah.
Well, at the end, but I mean, at least in the next game, in the short term.
아무리 그래도 너네 집에 좀 가시겠는데요.
He's done worse.
진짜 종이에요?
박영길 맞네.
Oh, that was going to be wide open.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a big one. Look at the head on that thing.
Nice puppy.
Maybe there's some dog treats in the house so you can give him some of those.
The old T-bone.
Anything.
Oh, they're eating good compared to potatoes and water.
Yeah.
Kept his word.
That's why I always check under my bread.
It's just going to IHOP.
For a key.
아무래도 이상해. 앞뒤가 맞지 않아. 가서 놓친 게 없는지 다시 확인해.
Yeah, baby slept through the night like that.
Yeah, some people get lucky. Who's this for then? Who didn't make it?
Oh, are they bringing player 286 back? They bust him? Was that his number? 286?
No, that's why.
What?
What?
Why would she do that? She was helping.
God.
She just lose all faith in the humanity?
No.
Wow.
What? Are you kidding me?
Was that all just because Ji-han said he wasn't that person anymore?
Well, it wasn't because she already had that in mind, which is why she was there begging him, because she was going to do this regardless.
16번이 죽었습니다. 그 의사놈이 죽었다고? 제가 지금 스캐너로 확인했습니다. 11번이 안 찍혔습니다. 16번 시체에 참가자 옷을 입혀서 위장했습니다. 그럼 16번 방에서 나오던 건 뭐야?
Oh boy.
46.
Yep. Suspicious of anything that's pink.
See, not in any of those pictures. Oh, wait.
It's going to be in there with...
Did you see that
Front
one?
man.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be in there with front man.
가위바위보. 하나 빼기.
And him.
Oh. That's the guy. Look at that teeth on that thing.
Oh!
In the nose, like a great white.
Punch in the head of a Rottweiler. Oh, no. Not the...
Well... Oh. I mean, that's a smart idea. Put the doghouse over something that looks like suspicious right there.
Mm-hmm. Guarding something. Like a drum full of money.
Oof.
I got the inspiration from Walter White.
Except he didn't bury it deep enough.
No.
No. And put the
letters. Oh, there it is.
Oh, shit.
That's everything you need right there.
움직이지 마.
Oh, shit. Well, he's not telling anybody anything.
괜찮아요.
잘못하면 아이가 다쳐.
Shouldn't you be doing that?
Yeah, at what point is it going to be, all right, I got to stop playing the game here? And
perhaps there's something that 222 could do.
That depends on what the next game is. Please, tell us about it. We're all so curious.
Then I'll show you.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
This is kind of like in season 1 when they got this front row seating. And
Yeah, to the bridge.
Oh, here we go.
This is the jump rope one.
Yeah, we saw this in the trailer.
Yep, we did.
그 전보다 행복해질 수 있을 것 같았어요. 그런데 저 때문에 현주 언니도 할머니도
Well, not because of you.
나한테도 딸이 있었어. 난 결국 좋은 아빠는 못 됐지만
It's the most we've heard out of him in a while.
Yeah.
내 아이를 꼭 지켜. 내가 도와줄게.
There we go.
이번 게임은 줄넘기.
Just jump rope, guys.
There's music.
잠깐 앉아봐.
Oh, nobody wants to go first.
All right.
But
Oh, visually, this is just wild.
Look at that hole there.
Jesus.
How big is that hole?
Big enough where
Middle?
you're gonna have to jump it.
Yeah, you got to jump it and time it and pretty. Oh, wow.
Because the rope really speeds up once it gets to the bottom there.
정해진 시간 안에 다리를 건너지 못한 참가자는 탈락입니다.
Yep. The baby's considered a player now.
아기는 참가자가 아니에요.
지금 이곳에 있는 여러분 모두
Yep, there we go.
Shit. Whoa.
시간 내에 다리를 건너지 못한 참가자는 탈락입니다.
Oh.
Wow, they are pushing it.
이렇게 시간만 죽일 겁니까?
Well, then go.
이제 누가 먼저 한번 가봅시다.
그래.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go for it.
아저씨,
She's not making it.
아기 먼저 데리고 가주세요.
Yep, but she knows he probably will.
부탁드려요.
Oh. Oh,
Is he gonna tease him
oh,
with
is he
it?
going to throw it off the ledge?
야, 민수야, 민수야.
Throw it.
Just launch it.
미안해.
Oh,
미안해,
piss
미안해.
off. Loser now. Oh,
He's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
no, he's gonna throw it. He's gonna tackle him. We're gonna lose both these two right now.
제발 미안해. 아, 죄송합니다.
He's gonna throw it across, so he has to go first. Yep.
Good job keeping it on the tracks.
I was just gonna say, couldn't you go little by little and then just hop?
Oh yeah, that's.
Finally, there's one on the bridge.
But now it's. But if they don't keep going, oh,
There you go. Yeah, just little by
only
little,
one at a time.
little by little.
yeah, but they got a time limit for everybody else.
And the
Well,
fact
dude,
that
it
you're-
doesn't mean snail pace.
Yeah, and you're jumping
Little
on
by
a
little.
super thin bridge.
Oh, I thought he's gonna try to take it right now.
He's gonna drop it.
It's not even in there.
It's not even in
He
there.
took it out.
Ah! Here
Oh,
we
here
go!
it comes. Here it comes.
Ah!
Ah! See you later.
Bye-bye. That is a fall.
Oh, it's a little further down than I had.
Yeah.
It made it. I mean, it looked like it was far down, but when they do that, and
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, jump.
Oh.
yeah, do like a sideways shimmy.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
That's
little
a-
bit
that's a
wider
jump.
gap than we thought.
That is a jump.
Jump, jump.
There.
Double jump.
Jump. There,
Oh.
see? There you go. All right. There.
I always got to go back. It's interesting how they cheer for somebody surviving, but they want people to die so they can make more money.
Yep.
준이야, 바로 데리러 갈게.
Is this where he finally steps up so he doesn't have to make the comeback?
Holy dude.
Now, see, people are already on their way, so he won't be able to go back.
Nope. Oh, no. Good call, Quinn. I didn't think about that.
Yep,
Like,
everybody else is going to clog up the bridge.
the the boyfriend's through 333. He's gonna have to step up. Oh, this music.
Oh,
Is he gonna push everybody off?
I think he is.
뭐하긴 게임하지.
Oh, I'm playing the game. What an ender. Oh, that was brilliant.
Considered that.
I didn't consider it at all. But didn't something like that happen in the first season too?
Wasn't it with the glass bridge, I thought?
Well, they were.
telling him to go on the other wrong
He
way?
was our villain was pushing guys on the glass to go first to try to find the correct one. But yeah, I would have to go back and refresh myself from season one. What an ender! And I mean,
Time to play the game.
you know, if you weren't like 700 feet in the air on a thin bridge, the game wouldn't be all that hard, but they just had to go ahead and throw the additional height and narrowness, and you got to jump a gap with it. Oh, and by the way, the massive cables coming around. So, but I mean, in terms of challenges we've seen on Squid Game, like I said, you take away the height and the railroad tracks.
You can say that about anything.
If you take away the high ball, when you're playing red light, green light,
it's no problem.
I mean, it's
just paintballs that take
you take away the guns and red light, green light, you might survive, Quinn.
Ji-han made it look easy. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
made it look easy. The guy,
he went to one knee and was teetering back
a baby across while he was doing it. He's a champ. He made it look easy.
Not easy,
He's
but
a legend. But look. This episode, look, we were wondering the whole time what they were going to do with the baby, right? I mean, for me, that was kind of the overwhelming question I had for the whole episode of what were they going to do with the baby. And yep, the baby's a player now, has to compete right along with everybody else. So that's going to be interesting going forward. If they even go forward, who knows how many people we're going to lose here because we got our guy pushing everybody off the bridge. I got to imagine Ji-han's going to put a stop to that maybe in the next episode. But the biggest surprise that I didn't see coming was 149 deciding to opt out there after, I felt her whole purpose was to kind of help with the baby, and she decided she had had enough. Maybe she lost her faith in humanity. Ji-han wasn't really giving her the vibe that he was going to, step up to the plate. And in the end, he did. But it took 149 opting out to kind of give him that push to do what he had to do. So that was shocking. I didn't see that coming, was not ready for it because they're bringing out the box that they normally put the bodies. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Who's this for? What are we doing? Are they bringing somebody else back through? And sure enough, it was for her. And again, the way this episode was written, the way it was shot, the use of the cameras to put the viewer in the situation that you're there, I just think is brilliant because you don't know what's happening for sure until they want you to know and you get the reveal. So again, it's just brilliant. So many twists and turns and misdirections they've had with this episode in particular, let alone season 3, I thought was just great. And we had seen the jump rope game in the trailer. We got the teaser with the ankle that we saw in the trailer. And here we are, we're at the game. Now, there's only 3 episodes left after this, so I'm wondering if we're even going to have any more games or what's going to play out. Maybe it plays out in the dormitory area. Yeah, there will be the final Squid Game if we get to that. But yeah, so that's our players on the island, what they're up to. In the meantime, Jun-ho is incredibly skeptical of Park, as he should be. His other kind of partner in crime here, I guess, found all the evidence he needed, founded everything to prove that Park is dirty. And of course, he got picked up by the cops. So who knows how that's going to play out. They had a number of cuts in this episode when he was rummaging through the house. Of course, the first one was when he went into the bedroom and he was looking at something, and then they cut. And then again, of course, they had the cut with the last scene when the police were there, presumably arresting him for breaking and entering. We'll see how that plays out, though, because, I mean, yeah, Jun-ho's got some connections within the police force, but, I mean, how are they going to make that connection? I mean, our guy doesn't know who to go to, doesn't know who to ask for. He could use his name, and maybe that would help. But I don't recall what kind of relationship Jun-ho left off with the police force when he left to start this whole thing. So who knows how that's going to play out. In the end, I think Jun-ho's gonna have to find out for himself. He's already on the island, so that's good. I think everybody else on the boat, they're not coming ashore. Park's gonna make sure of that, I think. But but again, to consider, it is only Park against 5-6 guys. So if they want to go to the island, and unless Park is armed somehow, they can pretty much take over the boat. So a bunch of stuff for episode 4 that we're going to have to get into. I can't wait for it. What a wild ride it's been. And we get to see the VIPs and their attitudes towards things, which was certainly pretty interesting. They definitely don't seem to care at all for the people playing the game here.
Yeah, the way they start off with the VIPs actually being in the game as the soldiers. And yeah, that threw me off for a second because the way that they're all joking and jubilant, I was like, I don't know if I was jubilant. Well, they were. I was like almost reading it like it was like a spoof or a skit later on that like somehow they're like mocking later on. I don't know. That's how it felt to me. But then when we saw that they're, VIPs, I was like, I get it. They get to go into the game. And we saw 124 with a massive withdrawal, so much so like you saw like he was clutching onto every drop of water in that water bottle. And I mean, that's something that is legit, someone that has withdrawal. If, you watch any intervention or anything like that, that's always the toughest part is the withdrawal stage. And he had to go through, he was like, that was the thing. He was, yeah, because there was days where he was having 2. And I thought maybe even 3, but he's having at least 2 a day. It's like they're not going to last that long. So maybe then you could look at the cross like as some sort of savior for him to help him out with no pills, but still has that cross, makes him feel invincible. And we saw that once he was out of his pills, he switched sides like immediately. He wanted out because he wanted to get more of those drugs, and especially with, we figured out 1 million plus, he could easily afford it at that time. I don't know. I can't remember what he had as far as like debts and stuff like that as to why he was doing the game. And then you had the final scene with him not having his pill, and when he's on the train tracks, we saw the epic jump rope scene from the trailer that was amazing. And we knew it was far down, but that was way farther down than what I even expected as well. And then, so then prior to that, then we also had, 149 with 456, having that heart-to-heart talk, basically trying to like motivate him, it seemed, to like get back into the game because he, as we saw at the end of the last one, after he took out 388, he wanted to be done himself. Mm-hmm. And Frontman had that stop because Frontman, like you said, always likes to be proved correct. And it took not just a heart-to-heart, but her opting out for him to finally see that, there are other people here that he can help despite all the circles that are all in that for the money want to keep playing. And we saw, 96 shows you, hey, I'm playing the game at the end where, hey, you might get across, but you might only survive for a little bit as he dumped one guy right over the side. So, which was an epic finish, by the way.
Yeah. What do you think I'm doing? I'm playing the game. Exactly. That was cold, man.
And because so now it's either 456 is going to have to eliminate him, or it could give an idea to other people that once they get across, they're like, all right, well, I'm across. Who cares about everyone else? Remember how much money is up there? We have 2 already gone, so that's a lot of money that comes into play.
And he can't get back to get her until
they're all passed. And then he was theoretically he could be left with realistically left with 4 or 5 minutes to try and get there and get back, which it would be very hard, especially for her because she has a terribly torn up ankle. And then what did I have? That was all.
Well, don't forget the malnourishment of what the body needs to feed the baby. Like there's a lot more. On the inside that's
2 potatoes and water is not going to cut it.
No.
And then we saw the VIPs and even the soldiers are eating a lot better than what the contestants are.
Key was underneath the toast answer. Like you said, you always watch for it.
That's what I always look under my toast wherever I go. I love that. And then I love that they finally figured out that, 16 soldier was actually contestant 246. It took them long enough, but what I want to know is what's the dynamic between those two as to why she wanted to get him specifically off the island.
Well, that was for the little girl. For the little girl.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that was back in earlier season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Should have had a refresher before that, but nonetheless, hopefully we see how that pans out because she even had the manager dead to rights in his room, but obviously it was to get the key. But another really great episode, a great ending, great finish. Cannot wait for
this mission with her is going to be really interesting and how she tries to get off the island and if that even works out. So that's going to be wild.
Well, because as we stated, look at you have the fisherman captain right there that's on the payroll. Yeah, he finds her oh yeah, I'll take you back to shore. And then right back to Frontman and everyone else.
I just don't see how it's happening. There's not one thing that these guys don't relay.
Yeah.
No, and they have cameras everywhere. We saw they have ways to like cover their tracks on top that a drone can't even find stuff. So
Yeah, look, 246 ain't getting back home. No way. Look, there's too much organization, too many levels of power here. There's no way he's getting back. This episode, again, just so much story in a single episode. Of course, they gave us, okay, we finally found the island that at least we're close to, that he originally got, popped in the shoulder and fell off of. We got information on the captain. We found out the captain was at some point part of the game. He's got the suit. He's got a whole bunch of money buried in the ground, which, by the way, doesn't look like it was waterproof that well. It just had some bags on top of it. Maybe he doesn't expect rain there, but
well, it was also the doghouse was on top of it.
Yeah, I suppose you did have the roof from the doghouse. There you go. You think you'd with that much money, I don't know how much was there.
Can we put a lid on it or something?
Maybe a lid on a barrel, something. But in any regard, so we learned that. So we got complete a validation, not that we needed it, that the captain was sketchy. He'd been on fishing trips with people that are working on the island. So all sorts of sketchy stuff going on with the captain.
Front man right there.
So we got that verified. Wasn't ready. Like, look, last episode, we lose 120, one of the most beloved characters, I think. And then we lose 149 here. I mean, so, with so many shows, you get these main characters built in, and sometimes you feel like they're just running through crazy shit with plot armor on, and it's just not the case here. But it's different in this particular game because unless they vote to stop playing, you're going to lose everybody except the final character. And I think that's kind of the one thing that is so interesting about this show is you get invested in people, but you shouldn't because they're going to eventually be gone, and it's just so crazy. I wasn't ready to see her. Ready to lose her in the fashion that we did.
It's one thing if you lose her in the game, but then just out of nowhere like that was.
I felt like shocking. She was so mission focused on helping competitor number 222 with the baby. Even something as little as, okay, if I take my food and give it to her. Like, I would have thought like that was a reason to continue going on. Like, okay, even through the night, like, okay, we wake up, we get breakfast, I can give my breakfast to her. So, so I don't know if it was 456 saying he wouldn't help that pushed her over the edge, and she lost, kind of like you guys said, her faith in whatever little faith in humanity she had left, or if it was a matter of, she just figured that she did all she could. You can't get help for the 222. Her son is gone. They're outvoted by, double the numbers. It's just like at this point, I'm not going to do it, and then maybe what could have been her final act where she said, I will give my money, and maybe she thought that's it. Maybe she thought, if I give my money, maybe that can be the little bit that pushes people over the edge. But right now there's such a huge gap in the voting. It's so hard to say that. So, as you guys had said, they introduced the VIPs, which they make you right away just think, wow, these people are pieces of shit, right? Like just ultra wealthy. I think it's fun to gamble on people losing their lives. So yeah, they really gross you out and give you just so much disdain for the VIPs. Like, it's such a this stark contrast with people who are struggling in very bad financial situations that they're willing to go and do this. And even after the first couple games, they're still in such bad financial situations that they're willing to keep risking their lives. And you have people on the other side, oh, my chopper, oh, blah, 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 and they have so much money, they're betting on this. So it's, they make you feel pretty gross about the VIPs right from the get-go. So... yeah, I mean, this one was crazy. And then the game at first, you're like, okay, this doesn't, very high risk because you're going to fall to your death. So it would make people nervous. A lot of people are inherently afraid of heights and you got to time the jumps right. And then it's like, okay, well, you know, maybe they can do it with, I don't want to say relative ease, but if you take your time and you go slow, like, oh shit.
At least you're not being hunted.
Dude's pushing people off at the end, which you got to think 456 is going to do something. He's going to stop it. And the thing is, like, if you're waiting at the end of the bridge to push the next person off, then somebody behind you already on the platform, they could push you off. So, I mean, it is super, super cutthroat. And then as I'm coming across, if I knew when I get across that you're going to push me off, guess what? The first thing I would say is, if you reach out and try to make contact with me, I am grabbing you and I am taking you down with me. If you touch me, I will grab your jacket. And they got jackets on and stuff. Touch me, I'll grab your jacket and you're going down with me. Touch me and I'll sue. You know?
Oh, that worked on the bridge.
Well, sometimes that's going to be hard to do, because if the person's, you know, just stumbling across, you know, trying to, at half the time it probably won't work.
If they
but
were
I see
smart,
what you're
they
saying.
would take their shirt off and their jacket off, and then when I'm pushing, you got nothing to grab onto. Who knows? But then maybe people want to team up. Like, you get two over there, and it's like, okay, well, you can't take two of us down. So there's such a crazy dynamic that we've just been given with this new game. And I think had you done this particular game earlier on, there wouldn't have been quite as much desperation. I think people would have been a little bit more open to decency, if I guess I can use that word. But look, decency has long gone out the window, especially after the last game where people literally had to stab each other. I would say throughout any of the episodes that we've had, the setup for the next game and the anticipation of what's coming next for me is as high as it's ever been, because of the fact that there is so much direct involvement with everybody who's made their way across. And not even, Jesus, now at this point, somebody's halfway across, just come up behind him, push him off.
Do a Thanos.
Yeah. Or even on the other side of the platform, like even before you get started. I mean, is there any rules saying you can't just push people off, period? So, look, a lot can happen. A lot can happen.
Yeah, I found felt like dubbing on the lady.
Oh, for the VIP, it was a little...
For the lady VIP.
There was two of them. So the guy with the long hair looked fine.
And her. Yeah, the bald.
And one of the bald guys.
Yeah. It was off last season, too, when they had the VIPs. The dubbing was always off.
Yeah, it was just interesting.
Yeah.
But, for the episode, I didn't see that coming with the guy. Should have expected it, though, because you should, in this world, expect the worst thing to happen. But, of course, you're in the zone. You're in the moment of don't trip.
Yeah.
I will go down if I even just lose a little bit of balance or trip, and then you get to the finish line, and then now you're you even cross that broken part yet, and you're seeing dude fling people off. You're like, another thing I have to worry about on top of this while my life is on the line here. In Jihan's plan, I think it was you, Quinn, that said it. I didn't even think about people clogging up the line.
Yeah.
When he could have went back, because his face showed it as soon as you said it. His face was showing like, oh shit, these people are coming now. So that I'm hoping in the next episode that the boyfriend 333 mans up and starts helping her.
He hasn't done shit so far except for
he's
killing
annoying.
You thought he would be the fucking guy to step up with the baby. The other guy took his baby across. What the fuck?
At one point now in the game, is he going to... And maybe I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. So my thought process is he's playing the game, and that's why he's been kind of shy and keeping his distance, because earlier when they were saying stuff, it was part of a weakness.
Yeah, that's
so if anyone knew, I'll go after her, it'll suck him in, we can go after him, kind of thing.
And it would be one thing if
maybe I'm way off on that.
If there was somebody there who gave your baby a better chance of surviving. Like, look, if it's this exact same game, and look, I have my baby there, and some Olympic like gymnast, gold medal balance beam guy is like, hey, you know what? You take the baby. My baby's got a better chance. But
it could throw off their balance though, and then
this is very true. then you'd have survivor's guilt forever because of the decisions you made. But no, my point is that 456 doesn't seem like he's any more athletic than 333 is. So it's like, you really can't even make excuses. It's like, hey, if something had to be done, and it's like you versus, hey, I'm going to let this Navy SEAL save my baby. It's like, okay, hey, in the interest of whatever, I'm going to hand this off. But for this guy, he's just doing it because he's a fucking coward.
Yeah, and this seeing her ankle, I'm glad they keep showing like, oh, look, it's getting worse.
Keeps getting bigger.
And then losing the mom the way we did, man, part of me was thinking that her character thought she had a purpose now after taking out her son to help the mother and the baby here. But I know she had guilt because that story that she was telling, Ji-hun, right? So that helped out the guilt to the viewer, us. But I still thought she would have that purpose a little bit of a stronger hold than the guilt. But this and I know she mentioned it a couple times of like, hey, my life outside of here doesn't mean anything, or however she phrased that. So I know it was kind of being teed up, but still at the same time, I was thinking, all right, she's going to help out mother and baby, and then somehow we'll drastically lose her. And we lost her in a drastic way still, but I thought it was going to be in the game and not by her own hands. So another crazy episode, and yes, they write these VIPs to be just garbage, like as in human beings. So just seeing it, like you just want to go through the TV and punch each one of them and throw them out that window. But I am curious now with the ruthlessness of this game of, the baby's a player too now. I'm like, okay, well, the baby's going to be a player. Can we please help out the fucking mom and get her some goddamn nutrients?
Potatoes and water don't work. That's
need a
all
little
you're
bit
getting.
more than that for a woman to help the baby, especially with breastfeeding and everything.
I
So
don't think they care.
Man, it's just showing the ruthless world that we're in, and it's just wild with these decisions, the games, everything in between. I can't. Who knows? Well, you already know, but I can't wait to see how this is going to end.
Yeah, we're halfway through.
Halfway through.
Holy shit! Halfway through. Hey. You guys already know because you probably binged all, but hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as we are still enjoying it now. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. Catch you on the next one, pals.